Hello and welcome back to Brentford Fan TV. I'm Ben.
And I'm Freddie, and this is the Newcastle preview. And so we're just going to start with looking at some of our previous results against Newcastle. And Newcastle are a bit of a bogey team for us, I'd say.
Yeah.
Where we haven't beaten them since we've become a Premier League side, which is a bit concerning.
Yeah, and we also haven't had close losses as well. We've had two of our most memorable games were a 5-1 loss and a 4-2 loss.
Yes.
The 4-2... Wait, no, what? Yeah, the 4-2 being the end of final game of last season.
Yeah.
To be fair, in that game, we had nothing to fight for because we knew we were safe.
I think we couldn't go up or down as well.
Couldn't go up, yeah.
Like, in even positions, let alone...
Whereas Newcastle had the possibility of European football, which...
And
when
they won, they were saying that they got European football. As a Europe again, LA, and then Chelsea won the FA Cup. No, United won the FA Cup, and they lost their Europa League spot, which I found quite funny. But yeah, we've had some bad losses to Newcastle. Although our second last game against Newcastle was a 1-0 loss, and in that game Rico Henry got injured.
Oh yeah, that was the start of our troubles.
And he hasn't played a game since. That was over a year ago, and so he might be dead. You never know. I haven't seen him in a while.
I think I saw him in a training video, or not a training video, but one of the videos where, they asked them players a question or something like that.
Well, honestly, it's a joke he's been injured for this long. He had another setback a few months ago. And then, we've also had another good draw against them. In our first season in the Prem was a 3-3 draw. Tony had a good game. St. Maximin got a last-minute winner, or equaliser. But yeah, I checked before recording this, and our last win against Newcastle was in the Carabao Cup in 2020 when there was no fans in the stadium. It was all COVID, and we were a championship side. But we beat them.
Yeah.
Although they weren't in a good place, and we got promoted that year, so it was. But yeah.
Yeah.
Newcastle this season have had some good wins, like Chelsea at home and Arsenal at home, but then they've also had some not very good away fixtures, and so hopefully their poor away form and our good home form, we can capitalise on a great win. Yeah. And what a win for us we had midweek against Villa. Yeah,
it was a great performance. We absolutely outclassed them.
Keane Lewis-Potter hat-trick. You'd love to see it. I thought Flecken was incredible again. But yeah, really, really happy for Keane. Yeah,
I'm so surprised we were able to beat them 3-0.
And so if you haven't caught on, we're pre-recording this before the Villa game. So we've just done the Villa preview and now we're recording Newcastle preview because we're not going to see each other until, I don't know, a week later maybe. And so we have to pre-record this. Yeah. And so we don't know what our situation is. Have we gained another injury? Probably.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we've got a Villa win. Newcastle, they play Liverpool at home midweek, which obviously they're better at home, but it's never an easy game.
Yeah, and especially against Liverpool. I think they'd definitely be a tough game for them.
Yeah, I remember last year Newcastle played Liverpool at home. They were 1-0 up for the whole game, and then Darwin Núñez got subbed on and got 2 goals in the last 10 minutes and completely stole the show. But with all this being said, we're just going to go into our predicted 11.
Yes.
And so it's pretty basic. It's going to be the exact same predicted 11 from our last video, and it's Flecken, Vandenberg, Collins, Pinnock, Keane Lewis-Potter. Obviously, Keane Lewis-Potter has been great this season. Collins has been great. Pinnock a bit dodgy for me, but then also I'd say Vandenberg is sort of coming into his own a bit recently in the midfield.
And then we've gone with the exact same midfield: Norgard, Damsgaard, Janelt. I think, as we said previously, Janelt's more defensive, and so we'll have 2 more defensive-based players playing, which would be good because Newcastle are quite a good attacking side with players like Isaac and Gordon.
Yeah, and so I think there's a possibility that Jensen and Ayer could be back from injury for this game. There's a possibility. I believe they've both. I heard that Ayer has been playing on the grass. He just won't be involved in the Villa game, but he should be involved in the Newcastle game, and so that could that kick Keane Lewis-Potter or Vandenberg at the side as he goes into maybe one of the fullback roles. Not sure, but it's a possibility. And then Jensen could be involved, and that could replace someone like Janelt or Chardin. It could be that 4 midfield formation again, which I'm not a big fan of, but it worked against Bournemouth.
Yeah, but I'm thinking because at this point this would be our 3rd game within the week. Would we have rotated some players, maybe in Villa game or this game?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's quite hard to predict with Brentford.
Yeah, I agree. I like when there's lots of fixtures because people like Carvalho, who's not happy with game time, could get more game time. And so, you know what? Initially, I put a front three down as predicted as Mbeumo, Wissa, Shada, but I'm going to change it to Mbeumo, Wissa, Carvalho.
Yeah, give him some game time.
I think he would have earned some game time by then. He'll be frustrated with a bit less if he gets less. But yeah. And now we've got to do score predictions 2 games in advance. And I'm just not going to think about it too much. I'm just going to say a 2-1 home win for us.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be one of our toughest home games so far this season. I think. Yeah,
definitely.
And I don't think a win will be as easy as it has been previous years. Not years, previous games. Sorry. I have no idea what to predict. I want to predict a win, but I also feel like being more realistic would be a good start. So I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I mean, goals are always guaranteed at the GTEC.
Yes.
We've got the most goals scored, I think, actually, at our stadium, out of all stadiums so far this season.
Which is,
And so,
great start. And that's seems to be it.
I can't think of much else to say. Some players not really hitting the mark like Isaac or Gordon too much. And so, I think I saw we've scored like double the amount of goals than them this season. And so...
a majority of them being home.
Yeah, and so and we will be home. So hopefully it all leads towards a win for us. But thank you guys for watching.
And see you in the next one.